Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about some huge game-changing news for Tesla stock. And with this one presents itself a lot of opportunity for investors that have always wanted to get into Tesla stock, but either just didn't have access to fractional shares or didn't have $1,500 to drop on Tesla stock. So this is really big news because it makes it affordable for those that have always wanted to enter in a position on Tesla and just never had enough money to do so. So it's really making it a lot more accessible for those investors out there that would love to invest in Tesla but just haven't been able to do so up until now. So with this video, as always, if you do appreciate the Tesla content, whether it's Tesla news or me just simply talking about the stock and giving my thoughts, then please make sure to smash that like button. But we have to get right into this news piece for today. As you can see, my portfolio pretty much recovered everything based off this Tesla news alone. As you can see, up until this news piece was released, everything in my portfolio was red today. That includes the free stocks, and it includes my three main positions that I purchased with my own money. So it's going into the red right now. It's been going back and forth, but Tesla alone is still far into the green for today. Like I said, my whole portfolio has been recovered just on the Tesla news alone, pretty much. And if we check out the Tesla stock itself, as you can see, it says it's up 3% right now, but it actually skyrocketed up much more than that, considering that at this low point where my cursor is right now, at this low point, Tesla was at like minus 3%. So it went from like minus 3% to like plus 3% for the day. So if you actually check out the movement, it's up over 6% in the after hours, 6.27%. That's $86 added onto the share price. And it actually went from like $13.75 to like $14.60. So we've seen a huge movement upwards. Now, this still isn't where we were at just a few weeks ago. So keep in mind, this most recent news hasn't like overextended itself, in my opinion, given the fact that over the past month, the general baseline has been about at this $1,500 price tag. So yes, this stock has shot up over this recent news, but I don't think it's really overextended or shot up too much, in my opinion, just because the general baseline over the past month has been at this $1,500 range. So I don't think this is an overextension of a movement. But just getting right into the news piece for today, the main reason that this stock has absolutely skyrocketed is because Tesla recently announced a 5-for-1 stock split. So we'll go ahead and jump over to the actual announcement. I want to read it word for word for you all, just so we have full transparency, full clarity on this announcement. So let's go ahead and check out this article, and then I'll expand on that a little bit more. So as you can see, this is the official Tesla website. They've released an official announcement. It's dated August 11th, 2020. So this is news just released a few minutes ago for today, and it is titled, Tesla announces a 5-for-1 stock split. And before we even get into the details of this, that news alone is something that we have seen with Apple stock recently, and it is one of the contributing factors as to why Apple stock has skyrocketed so much just over the past few weeks. For one thing, Apple stock did smash expectations. That was a big deal as well, especially with this whole Rona situation going on and a lot of other businesses struggling. Apple did manage to beat expectations significantly, but they also announced a 4-for-1 stock split to occur on August 31st, and a lot of people have really gotten excited over that with Apple stock. Many people have been buying into it beforehand because a lot of people think that if they buy it right now, that once the split actually happens, there's going to be a lot of Robinhood investors buying into Apple because it's going to be a lot more cheaper. So it provides more access to more retail investors, especially that don't have access to fractional shares. So it's just more opportunity for purchases. And that's why Apple stock has been hyped up so much, just because of earnings and because of that stock split announcement. So we could see a similar thing with Tesla as well. But just getting farther into this announcement, I want to read it word for word. Like I said, for the full transparency, it states, Tesla announced today that the board of directors has approved and declared a 5-for-1 stock split of Tesla's common stock in the form of a stock dividend to make stock ownership more accessible to employees and investors. Each stockholder of record on August 21st will receive a dividend of 4 additional shares of common stock for each then held share to be distributed after close of trading on August 28th. Trading will begin on a stock split adjusted basis on August 31st, 2020. And then right here, it also just mentions a forward-looking statement as well. It states certain statements, including without limitation information. Statements regarding the expected timing and impact of the stock dividend are forward-looking statements that are subject to risks and uncertainties. These forward-looking statements are based on the management's current expectations, and various important factors could cause actual results to differ materially, including the risk identified in our filings with the Securities and Exchange Commission, including our quarterly report on Form 10-Q for the quarter that ended on June 30th, 2020, and Tesla disclaims any obligation to update this information. So that's just a little bit extra, but what is really relevant here is the fact that it says they have declared a 5-for-1 stock split of Tesla stock in the form of a stock dividend to make the stock ownership more accessible to employees and investors. So like I've mentioned earlier, this is all about accessibility. There are many people right now that I personally know of that would love to invest in Tesla, but this $1,500 price tag, for one thing, it looks a little bit expensive to them. There is that psychological factor, and that's where this could actually play in Tesla's favor. But also, a lot of people just don't have access to fractional shares. There's plenty of people that would love to buy Tesla stock right now with fractional shares, but they're just waiting on Robinhood to get fractional shares. They have a huge wait list of like hundreds of thousands of people, and it actually took me many months to get off that wait list to actually get fractional shares. So there are people that are just exclusively Robinhood investors, and that's understandable. I think Robinhood is one of the much more entertaining apps that kind of makes investing fun compared to like your typical archaic, older style user interface. So there are some exclusive Robinhood investors that only use Robinhood, and I think that's understandable if you only want to use Robinhood for your portfolio, unless of course you have like a Roth IRA that you put money into as well. But like I said, there's a lot of people that are exclusively Robinhood investors that would love to get into Tesla stock, but they just don't have access with fractional shares. So this is game changing. This kind of does that for them. For those that don't have access to fractional shares, then stock splits like this are really helpful for those people. And so, like I said, it's a 5-for-1 split, meaning that whatever value the stock is at the time of the split, it'll basically be divided by 5, and that'll be what the new share price is after the split occurs. So that's kind of like with Apple stock right now. It's a 4-for-1 split. Let's just say, out of pure example's sake, that Apple stock is $400 right as the split happens. That means each share will then be worth $100, meaning that you could purchase Apple stock for $100. The same thing applies here. For example, let's say Tesla stock is 1,000. Purely an example's sake, just for easy math, if Tesla stock is 1,000 as the split occurs, then that means Tesla stock will then be $200 after the split. But if you're already an owner of, let's say, 2 shares of Tesla stock when it's at a price of 1,000, that means after the split you will actually have 10 shares of Tesla instead of 2. But those shares will then be valued at $200 instead of that initial $1,000. So for me personally, this is really exciting because not only do we have one really big piece of news about this stock split happening, but we also have Tesla Battery Day coming up on September 22nd. So we have multiple good events combined together that we could see propel the stock even further in terms of a share price value. Now, that's not guaranteed, but if we look at what's already happening with Apple stock right now, yes, we saw kind of a red day for Apple, but just looking at the past few weeks for Apple, this stock has skyrocketed up 11.77% just in the past month. And if we judge it just on like the past 10 or 11 days, it's up even more than that. And as you can see right here, it says I am getting a dividend from Apple stock on August 13th for $34.44. And I actually might just throw that into Tesla stock just for the sake of just doing so. But this was actually one of those days where I was going to do a portfolio review. If you're not familiar with my channel, I actually like to do a portfolio review every single market day where I talk about the gains and losses for today, no matter if it's a good day or a bad day. I just talk about my feelings about the stock market and various stocks and then break down the gains and losses. And today was going to be one of those days where I was going to talk about how I was excited that Tesla stock was under $1,400, because to me that was exciting because it meant that Tesla was on sale and that it was actually a pretty cheap opportunity to buy in. And I'm just kind of a little bit sad that it's already skyrocketed before I could put some money into it. As most of you all know with my channel, I have to pay a credit card bill off right now and I won't be able to invest until like later next month. So I'm going to have to wait until after all of this hype is done with before before I can actually put money into Tesla. So that is a little bit sad for me, considering that I wanted to put in some money when it was at like $13.75 and just barely under $1400. So I'm a little bit sad that I've missed out on this little small window of a solid price to buy in. Now, you never know where the stock will go in the future, but I feel like at least with this most recent split announcement, it's going to be a lot more difficult for Tesla stock to climb down further under that $1,400 number like we've been seeing, because there will be some people buying in, hoping on this stock skyrocketing after the split. But anyways, I just wanted to do a quick little video about Tesla stock and also let you all know about this news, because this is absolutely huge. I know so many people, especially in the small community that we have on this channel, are going to be excited about this. For one thing, although it doesn't fundamentally change the value of your Tesla position that you have, it still makes it a little bit more attractive, because that lower number is more attractive when you compare it to what you would be paying right now, which is $1,400 to $1,500 per share. So that's definitely an attractive price for me after the split. I'm really excited about that. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to smash that like button. And also, feel free to sign up to Robinhood and Webull right now. Especially with Webull, you can get up to 60 free stocks depending on how much you deposit. But you can just get 2 free stocks if you want. One for signing up with my referral link, and then another just for depositing $100. So that's nice as well. It's nice passive income. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.